How many people know Chinese education system? Education may be one of the most influential forces in society today. A good education is very important to children. With the world's largest population, China provides its citizens a defined school system. Public schools for students of all ages, specialized schools for the disabled, private schools, and vocational schools, among many other institutions for education. There is an interesting fact that I find online. A growing number of Chinese students are choosing to study abroad when they reach the college of level. However, at the elementary, the middle school, and high school levels, Chinese students consider the Chinese schools and high school levels are the best in the world. What are the main differences between the Chinese and American approaches to education? So my goal today is to make a comparison of Chinese and American education system. Well, the first difference is that the Chinese and American education systems have different aims. Many parents and educators view Chinese education as important for foundation and American education as being helpful for the circulation of students' creativity. Chinese education focuses on the knowledge of accumulation, on how students manage and use of the knowledge they learned in school, and on understandings of knowledge systems and structures. Americans are interested in how students use their knowledge in society. So, what is the basic foundation education? Use math as an example. In Chinese education, basic calculation skills are important so that students can remember an entire concept. From elementary school through high school, Chinese students are not allowed to use calculators. Chinese education focuses on strictness and precision, which improves retention. American education focuses on improving students' self-determination and independence, which aids in comprehensive thinking. Most of the Chinese believe that Americans' math is not best. In comparing Chinese and American school approaches, one can easily understand why Chinese students get gold medals in math Olympic competitions. The second difference is that the ways American and Chinese students receive knowledge are also different. Chinese education's purpose is to teach students to give questions, but American education purpose is teaching students to find questions, ask questions, and solve questions. Chinese usually show a child how to do something, to teach by holding their hands, and give great priority to change skills at their early age, rather than foster creativity. When they are doing homework, Chinese students just take notes and memorize the facts in textbooks for almost time. However, American teachers also assess students' creativity, leadership, and cooperation skills. Emphasize these skills encourage American students to take part in extracurricular activities. There are many ways for American students to become involved with their society. The American system is much more open. In China, you just learn what the teacher writes on the board. In American, you discuss the issues and focus more on ideas. American people believe that education is a part of life, not just a part of school. The third difference I want to say between Chinese and American education is the parents' attitudes and expectations. It was found that both Chinese parents and students had more opposed attitudes towards academic achievement than their American counterparts. There is a word named tiger mother in China, which means that a very strict mother who makes her children work particularly hard and restricts their free time so that they can continually achieve the highest grades. In China, parents place an emphasis on self-improvement, setting higher standards and try their best to help their children to achieve academic success. In order to receive higher grades, the children in China have few time to time out. They should focus more time to their subject, homework. In high school, every student should face a big exam nationally higher education entrance examination, which named as 高考 in China. Each student's scores on the test determines whether or not they will go to college, and they have on one time. This is really similar to the ACT test in American, but you cannot imagine how stressful the Chinese students are. By contrast, in American, many parents believe that additional education activities have many advantages. By extra studies, their children are able to grasp many kinds of practical skills and knowledge, which will put them in a high position in the future job markets when they grow up. In high school, parents encourage them to take part in different activities and enlarge their personality relationship, rather than putting too much pressure on homework and grades and academic achievement. Well, so in conclusion, different approaches to learning can generate diverse consequences. The education is a cultural phenomenon which can reflect a nation's culture connection. Chinese and American education each have its own merits. To make up for one's deficiency, one should learn from others' strong points, pick up good ideas from the other, and push forward educational modernization immediately. The 3 points that I mentioned are just a few of them. Hopefully, you can know something about American and Chinese education system. Yeah, that's the end.